go ahead and type 1 in chat if you know who Hunter Avallone is. I assume most of you do. Just go ahead and drop a fat 1 in chat if you know who he is. There they are. Okay. Yeah, you guys know who Hunter Avallone is. And many of you guys, especially those of you who are just now getting into politics on YouTube, are probably going to say you love him. As Comrade Courtney just said, people like Hunter now. Because as of late, he has basically gone down a redemption arc. He is, he's actually been pretty based and bread-pilled these last, honestly, these last, like, 6 months. But more so recently. Now, personally, my first exposure to Hunter Avallone... Let me take my headset off really quick because I want to... I can't hear myself when I speak with my headphone on, or my headphones on, and I speak way more coherently when I can hear myself. I first heard about Hunter Avallone as I was coming out of the alt-right rabbit hole back in 2017. I was watching a YouTuber who is actually a fairly decent friend of mine. His name is Second Clancy. Second Clancy, really cool channel. He's not really active anymore. Oh, wait, what the fuck? Wait, did he delete his channel or something? Wait, what the fuck? No, he didn't. Okay. Maybe he, like, privated a bunch of his videos. It's possible. Anyway, this channel, Second Clancy, friend of mine, pretty cool dude, he did a video where he talked to and interviewed Hunter Avallone back in 2017. It might have been 2016, but I watched it in 2017. And this video was pretty interesting for me. This was my first time ever hearing about Hunter Avallone. And at the time, Hunter was a hard right Christian conservative. Very Christian conservative. But he came off as pretty reasonable in the video. And this is how I discovered him. Hunter was, at the time, basically absolutely the enemy of Breadtube, of the left in general. And I didn't necessarily like him, but I respected him because he came off pretty well, and I was still kind of coming out of the reactionary phase, so whenever he would, like, rant about SJWs, I was like, yeah, I know where you're coming from here. Now, Hunter Avallone and Second Clancy maintained a friendship after that interview, and from my understanding, Second Clancy atheist-pilled him. Atheist-pilled Hunter. I imagine it was like a mix of other things, but particularly, I think his friendship with Clancy had a big part to play in his bread pilling. Or not his bread pilling, but his atheist pilling, you know? And so, ever since 2017, from my understanding, Hunter has not been a Christian. So he's basically, you know, he is claims at least, or claimed, I should say, to base his conservative beliefs not in his religion and his spiritual beliefs, but instead in empirical data and evidence, right? And for a while, Hunter just kept doing what he was doing, making the reactionary content, so on and so on. But about 8 months ago, around the time I started doing politics on this channel, actually, Vosh, you probably know who Vosh is, started covering Hunter Avallone videos on stream. And Hunter noticed. And at first there was a bit of a back and forth. Hunter was like, oh, soy boy, neckbeard, man bun, blah, blah, blah. And then Vosh responded. But then they agreed to have a debate. And the debate was pretty... I would say it was pretty productive. I think it was a great debate. I think it went well. It was cool. It was awesome. And coming out of that, Hunter and Vosh became, from what I can tell, pretty good friends, or acquaintances, I should say. And now Hunter has actually been, like, watching Vosh, watching breadtubers in general, and engaging with lefty ideas. And so, out of nowhere... Well, not so much out of nowhere, but you know, kind of out of nowhere. No one expected a post like this. Hunter Avallone made an Instagram post. A big Instagram post right here. Hey guys, I know this may come as a surprise to a lot of you, but I feel it's my responsibility to be honest and open with my followers and fans. You may have noticed my opinions have been evolving lately. Perhaps the biggest shift in my opinions comes to the concept of sex and gender, and I truly used to believe that gender is biological just like sex. I used to think people who claim gender as a social construct are complete retards. It's okay if you still believe that. It took me a long time to understand that sex and gender are very different, as recognized by most medical experts. Sex is biological, genitals, chromosomes, estrogen, etc. Gender is different. Gender is the social expectations we place on people based on their sexual characteristics. This may be correlated with sex, but it's not intrinsic. Social expectations for gender have changed countless times throughout history. For example, when attending a funeral, men are expected to wear suits and women are expected to wear dresses. Mind you, this is literally what Vosh said in his debate with Extreme Dad when he tried to explain the difference between gender and sex to Extreme Dad. So I know for a fact Hunter was watching Vosh and has learned from that, so I'm glad about that. There's nothing wrong with this, but there's no denying that we socially constructed the concept that men wear suits and women wear dresses. It hasn't always been this way, which is further proof that gender has changed over time. Gender identity is the long version of gender, reinforcing the idea that you are able to identify with a gender and not be born with it. Gender expression is based on how the individual expresses their gender identity. Gender is different from sex, and I arrived at the point that I could no longer refute the scientific evidence I saw in favor of this fact. I just cannot deny facts for the sake of my own feelings any longer. I know this may be upsetting to many of you, who I know this is probably shocking. It's okay if you're upset by this, but please know I'm doing my best to continue being genuine and honest with my true beliefs. My social media accounts were created so I could have a voice and share what I believe. If I can no longer do that out of fear of backlash, my social media accounts have lost all purpose. Thank you for understanding. God damn, that was some Chad shit right there. Okay, everything he just said there was true. Now, the problem is, and this is true of a lot of conservative or right-leaning figures on YouTube, or just on Twitch, YouTube, any public platform, where they've built an entire community on this, like, reactionary ideology, and they're afraid to change their opinions. They don't want to engage with opposition. They don't want to change their opinions because they know that if they do, their fan base will turn on them. And goddamn, if you look at the comments on this post, quite a few of them are not very positive. Wait, hold up. Are you still toucan sexual? As a person who knows a lot of trans non-binary people and fully supports them, I appreciate the acknowledgement here. I'm glad to see that the positive ones are getting upvoted, but bye Hunter, I liked your content. Disagree that gender is a social construct, but I'm proud to see that you're confident in sharing this opinion. Then how many genders are there, Hunter? Yeah, but liberals use the gender identity claim to alter their sexual identity, which is a violation of basic biology. Facts are not on your side with this one, Hunter. So yeah, people are pretty, people weren't too happy about it. Hunter, I mean, you can tell, just simply, like, look at the like to dislike, the like ratio compared to his normal post. It didn't do, you can look in the comments. People aren't too happy about it, about him making that post. And as of late, he's been posting some bread-pilled memes. He still engages in this sort of performative cruelty and sort of like the sort of libtard destroyed kind of mentality. But he's also not really. He's not espousing such reactionary beliefs, but he's still kind of doing the like, for example, let me see if I can find one here. He posted this during the Sargon debate, and and at this point in the debate, Sargon was arguing basically for a white ethno state, and Hunter posted this and said, "When you're such a lazy fuck with no real accomplishments in life, so you base your confidence on your race/heritage, imagine being such a cuck." Subtweeting Sargon here, and we know he's subtweeting Sargon because he donated 2 modern-day debates during the Sargon-Vosh debate, calling Sargon a pathetic coward. And then Sargon retorted by saying, I'm glad to see that Hunter is finally open about being a liberal now. It's fucking hilarious. Conservatives are mauling. They are mauling over Hunter being a free thinker, all right, and engaging with the evidence here. Now, I don't expect Hunter to become a leftist. Being a leftist, while there is a lot of evidence and facts and studies and empirical data and everything on our sides, it does require a lot of theory. Leftism, socialism, so on and so on, it's an ideology, right? It's an ideology in the sense that we are striving for an ideal future. So he may never reach the conclusion that, yeah, socialism is based and fuck capitalism and so on and so on, but I imagine he will get to the point where he'll probably be a liberal, probably a left-leaning liberal. Maybe a soc dem would be likely, somewhere around Sean Head's politics, I would expect. Maybe a year from now he'll be at that point. Yeah, I'm excited to see that. However, I have a video here from a YouTuber by the name of Puddle of Pizza. Small channel, very small channel. Got some viewership. It got dislike ratioed, but in the light of conservatives mauling over Hunter's sort of new change in pace, you know, I think we should cover this video. I feel like I should talk about it. We should react to it. We should see what's going on here. Bro, why is your window open? Because I live in Florida and it's very hot in my house, but it's actually fairly cool outside, so I'm letting cool air in. That's why. All right, let's watch this. Try to get the volume perfect, and it's only 7 minutes, 31 seconds, so let's go. Please. Oh my God. Please learn how to use editing software. Do I need to demonstrate how you use editing software? But when you put a video... Okay, here's how it works. So when you put a video and you have like the little video timeline and then you put like music underneath it or more audio underneath it, you do know that there's like a separate sound bar for the audio, right? And you can like slide it to the left to make it a little bit quieter. It's not very hard. You didn't have to fucking ear rape me right off the bat. I had my volume at like half full. You know, like, god damn, my fucking eardrums almost blew out. All right, we're off to a good start. Let's go. Let's go. Can't wait to see what... Oh, great. Hunter Avallone uploaded a new video. Wait, is there no sound in this? Is it literally just text? Oh, no. Wonder how he calls out the alt-right this time. Okay, this guy's an alt-righter. Okay, alt-right in quotes. Yeah, Hunter has, like, gone out of his way these last couple months to, like, try to, like, purge the alt-right out of his community. Is there really no voice in this video? Apparently there... Okay. Fuck it. Fuck it. Well, great. Now this video is gonna get copyright claimed. Oh my god. Holy shit. Actually, since there is no voice in this, and I want you guys to be able to read it, why don't we just, like... I'm gonna turn off the volume. Why don't we just show the text on screen if apparently there's no voice in it? The downfall of Hunter Avallone. Amazing. Beautiful. Okay.
Today I am talking about
the
alt-right.
True. Hunter Avallone. Alright. Hunter Avallone is a mainstream conservative YouTuber that specializes in making political commentary videos debunking crazy SJWs with his own brand of facts and humor. Hunter Avallone's persona on YouTube, and this should be, and I cannot stress this enough, was very intentionally meant to, like, be very obnoxious and mean. Like, no, this is, like, he knows what he's doing here. There's a reason why he is so loud and sarcastic and condescending. That is his persona on YouTube. He isn't actually like that in real life, but that is his YouTube persona. He marketed himself as the guy you love to hate, if I recall correctly. Originally starting out making teenage-oriented skit videos, Avallone first found success during the 2016 election cycle after he made the switch to political content. Though that success didn't come without a price. Back when Avallone's videos were delivered in a much edgier and more skit-driven format, which was very polarizing to many people back then. Nice. Including one of the head figures of the skeptic community, Sean Head, who was displeased with his videos, one in particular being The Truth About Transgenders, which was, at the time, his most controversial video. Yeah, he was very transphobic.
Being transgender is not
Yeah, so to be fair, 2016 Sean Head did like lead a lot of people down the alt-right rabbit hole and like put like bring a lot of people into the whole anti-feminist thing. I mean, she did the same for me, but I kind of feel bad. Like I kind of feel bad because I don't think she was really, I don't think she was like a transphobe or reactionary at any point. Also, this video, I believe, was her and her friend debunking the transphobic shit that Hunter was saying. Avallone made it very clear to everyone that he wasn't going to apologize for the videos, and even goes on to say that he told the truth in them. Okay, well, he didn't.
I spoke the truth in that video, and I will not be apologizing for the video, and I certainly will not be removing the video, regardless of how much hate I receive. So you can continue to leave your dislikes and mean comments, and you can continue trying to silence me, but it will not work. I will not be apologizing.
Hunter looks back at this shit and cringes. The whole, you can try to silence me, but it won't work. Like, it's pretty funny. He makes fun of it nowadays, which is nice. It's crazy looking back at how Hunter used to be and looking at him now. With that said, though, he did eventually change his stances on that particular video, and not long after that, he became one of the biggest faces of the skeptic community, reaching over 655k subscribers and counting. Why are there still people calling them the skeptic community? No one says that anymore. It's just either the anti-SJW community, like, no one calls them the skeptics anymore. They aren't skeptics. Like, Steven Crowder and Dave Rubin and some black guy who we'll cover in a little bit, and Sargon aren't skeptics. They aren't skeptical about anything. The only thing they're skeptical about are the things that are consensus and, like, established data. They aren't skeptical about things like conspiracy theories. They aren't skeptical about that. They aren't skeptical about the Jewish question. They aren't skeptical about the alt-right's propaganda. They aren't skeptics. They're just reactionaries. Nice. Also, I know this guy only has 314 subscribers, but holy fuck. It's 20,020, alright? Can we get a fucking... Can we get a microphone? Can we raise, like, enough money to get this person a microphone? Jesus Christ. I hate having to read. I hate reading. Just like Sargon. Not really, I love reading. Actually, we're gonna speed it up, and we're gonna speed it up and turn off the audio to the video. Here we go. Now that's all fine, good, but what's coming up next will potentially kill his channel for good. And no, I'm not exaggerating. Now there are many different opinions people have when it comes to where his content started going downhill. Oh no. Some say it was after he became an atheist. Others say it was after he got together with his girlfriend. But the rest of us believe it was after his channel was temporarily terminated. Oh no, YouTube has put the gun to his head. Over the past few months, Hunter's content has been getting less conservative and more liberal as time goes on. Oh god. This was first noticeable when he stated that he believed being gay is conservative. Oh no. Alright, let's see the clip. Let's see the clip. Roll it.
I believe that being pro-gay is actually really conservative. Conservatism is all about a small government, freedom of expression.
True. Well, not really true, but... Not actually true, but Hunter Avallone, good take, I guess, yeah. Being gay is good, at least. It's not conservative, but being gay is good. He's getting there. Now, originally I agreed with this take, as even though I've never been a supporter of gay people, I also never had a problem with them either. Yeah, that's... No, if you weren't a supporter of that, like, if you don't support gay people, you're against them. It's simple as that. If you don't support a certain group's existence, then you can't really justify saying, but I don't care. I mean, I'm not against them or anything. But as I started to do my own research, I started to see that this take is absolute bullshit, and it does not make any sense when you get down to it. Conservatism is by definition the commitment to traditional values and ideas with opposition to change and innovation. True, yeah. Conservatism is about keeping things the same and fighting new ideas and innovation. Well, holy shit, mask off right there. Yeah, true. Going against against intellectualism, against new ideas, against egalitarianism, against innovation. Yeah, anti-innovation. Yep, that's conservatism. Fuck, yeah, mask off. Hey, made the argument for me right there. Given this fact, the idea that being pro-gay is actually conservative is a bunch of shit. I've never heard something called a bunch of shit, but okay. As being pro-gay is not a traditional value of the American people. What would be a traditional value of the American people? How far back? If you go back far enough, traditional values of the American people would be slavery and racism towards Irish people, colonialism. How far back are we going? Is it the 50s? Usually they like to point to the 50s as when America was great. But things weren't particularly great in the 50s either for a lot of people. I mean, we still had segregation, right? So that's a little yikes. Is that what they're trying to go back to? Is that why they're trying to make America great? Lynching, segregation, redlining, things like that? Are they trying to go back to slavery and Jim Crow? Is that what we're trying to go back to? What are we trying to maintain here? What is conservatism trying to go back to? I'd really like to know. Oh, fuck. God. Okay. This is why I never claimed to be a conservative. Oh, you're a libertarian, aren't you? Because while yes, I do believe there should be small government, I do not hold very many traditional values, and I also don't oppose change, like many conservatives do. Alright, are you a libertarian? Guarantees a libertarian. By definition, I would be considered a moderate. No, I really doubt that. I really doubt that. You already said you don't believe in trans people. You don't believe trans people are valid. That doesn't make you a moderate. That is a right-wing belief. That's pretty right. That's pretty right-leaning. That's like saying during the fucking civil rights movement, like, yeah, I'm a moderate. I'm on the left. I'm on the left, but I don't believe black people should be able to vote. You know, but I'm moderate. I'm moderate. As I support both left and right-leaning ideas. Sorry, Hunter, but because you support small government doesn't mean you're actually a conservative. If anything, Hunter would probably align best with anarchism. I think you should start spending less time in retardville. No. Wow, okay. Whew. Very high-level ideas. Also, we have KEKW on my website now, so you can... First opportunity to KEKW. Okay. Retardville. Because it's clearly starting to affect your IQ. Okay, and we got IQ memes here. Nice meme. As the months went on, things just got worse and worse. His content became entirely stale rehashes of previous videos, only this time, with a bit of left-leaning twist. And while that isn't entirely a bad thing, the problem comes when you realize that he still claims to be a conservative, despite the evidence clearly pointing towards him being a classical liberal. A classic liberal. No, I don't know. Hunter, I don't think Hunter still identifies as a conservative now. He may. The issue is with political labels is you have... Okay, here's the issue. When it comes to labels, right, there's two ways that political labels work, okay? You have your beliefs and how they line up with a certain idea, and you have your identification, right? So you can identify as a conservative and still hold lefty ideas, right? You can hold liberal ideas and still identify as a conservative, or vice versa, whatever. So you can never really know. Okay, hold on. Headphones are coming off for this part because this is going to require me to go deep, and I need to be able to hear myself to think, right? So the issue with political labels is when you look at a figure, you can never really know what they're thinking. You can't read their minds. You can't see what's in their head. It's impossible. It's physically impossible. You can't read minds. What you can do, though, is look at what they say. You can look at what they do, and you can look at what they say they believe, and take that and extrapolate a label from that. For example, and many times people who do this will lie about their political beliefs as well. Nick Fuentes is an example I'll use right now. Nick Fuentes claims he's a paleo-conservative, whatever the fuck that's supposed to mean, but he's not a paleo-conservative, whatever the fuck that's supposed to mean. He's a Nazi. He is, in every way, shape, and form, a Nazi. He believes in the Jewish question. He believes in race realism. He wants a white ethno-state. There's literally a recording of him saying that a white woman fucking a black man and a woman fucking a dog are both degenerate in the same way. That there's a quote of him saying that. It was someone like recorded it on their phone without him knowing. That was a good clip to leak out. And then of course there's the clip of him saying the cookie question thing, where someone in his chat was like 6 million blah blah blah, and he literally just does the Holocaust denial points, but replaces Jews with cookies, gas chambers with ovens, and then literally just goes with it, right? He's a Nazi, but he claims he's not a Nazi. So while he may say, I'm a paleo-conservative, no one in their right mind would call him that. It's not how labels work. You have to look at his actual beliefs, what he says, and extrapolate from there. Personally, I don't know all that much about Hunter or his current political opinions. I only know what he said up to recent. I follow him on Instagram. I sometimes tune into one of his videos. I've seen his debates and his discussions with Vosh. I would probably say that Hunter is teetering somewhere between left and right. I think he's in a situation right now where he's gotten a lot older and a lot more mature. He isn't in this situation where he feels the need to own the left and destroy the libs. It doesn't seem like he feels he's a slave to his audience and has to keep producing the content he already believes in. I think he is on the way to being a lefty at this current time. I mean, it's very clear he's opening up to a lot of lefty ideas. He's engaging with leftist figures like Vosh. He literally just dropped the fucking biggest trans rights bomb on his entire audience ever on Instagram, much to the dismay of a significant amount of his audience. So I don't really know. Is he still a conservative? He claims to be. There's no reason why he should claim not to be a conservative anymore. It's clear Hunter doesn't feel afraid of his audience, so I don't know why he would lie about it. Maybe he's trying to slowly transition his audience into being kind of maybe center-leaning or liberal than less hardcore conservative. I mean, he's openly been purging the alt-right from his community. I don't see any reason why he would lie about his belief. It's not like a Nick Fuentes situation. It's not like Nick Fuentes, who, if he was honest about his beliefs and honest about his label, his political labels, he would be booted off of YouTube in an instant. He has no monetary, no structure, no ethical, literally no incentive to lie about his political opinions. But labels are complicated. Ascribing labels to people, it's complicated. And I think Hunter is in good faith. I think Hunter might be one of the most good faith actors on the right now, if he is on the right. He's opened up to these new ideas, and I can really, really appreciate that. Dude, the guy has clearly been deleting comments. Just look at the dislike versus like ratio. I mean, probably. I mean, I don't see any like negative comments here. To be fair though, I do delete a lot of comments on my videos. Usually not the ones that just disagree with me. If they disagree with me, I'll just like comment, "Hey, join my Discord, I'll debate you." But like the ones that just comment Jew or like the N-word or just shut up soy boy or anything like that, anything that isn't like if it's like an actual like, "Hey, I disagree with this and here's why," that doesn't get deleted. But if it's just like, "Shut up, you conniving Jew," I think I can get away with banning those banning those people from my comment section, and I get a lot of those, so you know. If he was just upfront and honest about his political views, then nobody would give a fuck. The problem is that he claims to still be something he no longer is. It's like if I claimed to like Crazy Town's music, while at the same time calling them a trash band. No, it's not. That's not what's happening at all. I'm pretty sure Hunter is still, like he shits on feminism. Like, let's go to Hunter's channel. I mean, like, I don't think he's, like, hardcore ripping against the right constantly. I'm pretty sure he's still, like, making conservative content, right? Let's look at his content. I should sub to him. Maybe I should sub to him. Maybe I should after his recent memes. Okay. So 2 weeks ago, he made When Feminists Do Stand-Up Comedy. Pretty chuddy, okay? The Destruction of Jessica Yaniv. Pretty chuddy topic to cover, although I don't think he's going to use it as an excuse to be transphobic, because Hunter said trans rights. Protesters marching for what? And because he's still pro-life. Like, I'm pretty sure this content isn't like, oh, I'm pretending to be a conservative. He's clearly still somewhere on the right. He's not hard on the left, though. Clearly. He actually says Jessica Yaniv's gender is valid in that video. Oh, I'm sure he did, because he said trans rights. Yeah, no. The take on Jessica Yaniv and that whole situation is, yes, Jessica Yaniv's gender is valid, but she's still a fucking piece of shit. Like a fucking creep, a pervert, a sexual predator, but her gender is still valid. In the same way that that you wouldn't just justify racism against a black person who does a bad thing. Like, if a black person rapes someone, that doesn't justify calling them the N-word and being racist towards them, because then there's the implication there that, like, especially with the Jessica Yaniv situation, then there's the implication there that a trans person's gender identity is only valid if you have respect for them, if they're like good, if they behave themselves. All right, let's continue with this, Garbo. You know, people. God damn. Okay, that was only on the screen for like half a second. Fuck, this video is terrible. God damn. All right. You know what? Puddle of Pizza. Start making videos with actual sound in them. Get yourself a mic. Start talking. Don't just put text on screen. No one wants to fucking read this shit off. It's annoying. I'm trying to do live format content. Jesus Christ. Give me a break. Alright, I think I have made my point. Conservatives are mauling. They are mauling with a capital M over Hunter and his bread pilling. Or his pseudo bread pilling, I guess. I actually want to finish this video off by making a bit of a point about this. What this says about current politics from the right. Right-leaning people are so stuck in their beliefs. They refuse to be charitable to lefty ideas. Because they're afraid, I think, personally. And I can't really know why. This is my theory, but I can make this descriptive statement, I believe. Right-wingers are oftentimes unable to entertain left-leaning ideas. Why? I don't know. Are they afraid? Or is there too much pride? Are they too stupid? Could be a mixture of all of them. For example, what I consider to be an issue is when someone like Nick Fuentes, who is, I think, a smart person, I think he's an intelligent person, but he is a bad faith actor, right? I think we can all agree on this, right? He has all of the arguments, all of the evidence, and everything at his disposal. And when he sees that, he just says, nah, Jewish studies. They're Jewish study. All your evidence, all of your arguments, they're Jewish. They're pushed by the Jews. Once you start engaging in that kind of conspiratorial thinking, you won't entertain any facts or evidence. That's just, you can't. And I think this is a big problem that we're seeing from the right, because right-wingers are overwhelmingly becoming more and more conspiratorial in the sense that they believe in conspiracy theories, right? Like, and it's almost like on the level of like flat earthers. Really, like, it's actually pretty crazy. Right-wingers believe that there is like an agenda, a secret like globalist agenda to silence conservatism. Like, this doesn't exist. There's no globalist agenda to silence conservatism. The people in power, CEOs, corporations, they love capitalism. They want things to remain the way they are. If society starts to change their opinions on certain topics, like gay acceptance, they will conform to those ideas to make more money. That's all the people in power want, more money. They don't have an agenda. Well, they do have an agenda. That agenda is more money. Individual people have agendas and beliefs. The power structure that is made up by these people want to remain and keep the status quo. And conservatism, right-wingers, and their rhetoric is very, very important to maintaining this status quo. They need it around. They need to maintain this. They need to keep right-wingers around. There's a reason why YouTube doesn't ban right-wingers until they just go full mask off. Soph literally had to make a video where she claims that being gay is degenerate and all Muslims are terrorists and Jews are controlling the world, like full on just mask off before they would finally ban her. Nick Fuentes still has a platform on YouTube, though he did get demonetized. Yeah, good YouTube, nice. You're just going to demonetize the Nazis, cool. It's pretty rare that Nazis and like really hard right-wingers get banned from YouTube. Or any of these platforms, really. Like, they really have to do an egregious breaking of the rules. And the only way that, and the only reason that YouTube even does anything about it, or Twitch or Twitter or anything like that does anything about it, is when it starts to affect their bottom line. Because having right-wingers on this platform, having this reactionary community on YouTube, is blatantly beneficial to YouTube. They make money off of it. The ad revenue, the popularity. But once it starts to be bad optics and advertisers start pulling their ads, then they have to start banning people. There's no agenda against the right. There just isn't. Maybe people like me, I mean, leftists, we have an agenda against the right. Certainly. Yeah, of course, I have an agenda against the right. But YouTube? Google? No. Ad revenue is ad revenue. Money is money. Corporations exist for one sole reason: to make money. And in return for that money, they supply a service of some kind. And they will do everything in their power to skirt the laws, to skirt morality, anything like that, to make more money. And try to avoid getting caught. It's all they want. It's all they desire. They don't have an agenda against conservatives. They have an agenda to make money. Simple as that.